I think that there was a lot, and this might have been just of like 8 years ago, where having multiple offices was the cool thing. And so everyone tried it, but not everyone had the vision like you and the chops to make it happen. And so they did fail, but they weren't doing it for the right reasons, or they weren't the right person to do it.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I wouldn't advise it, honestly. It's kind of
Yeah.
what I was saying about like I don't know that this is right. I mean, I actually I don't I you get to live your life and lead your life, but I'd say I don't think growth for the sake of growth
Yeah.
is because it isn't. I can tell. Let me just make it like a quick story on this. Is when I went, I had literally one office here in Milwaukee for a decade, and then we opened the second one. That was like from '04 to 2014. We opened our second office in 2014. And it was like we just opened another location across town, and that was a shit show. It was horrible. It was like, this is miserable. This is like, I hated everything about it. And then if I was going to go to a third and a fourth and a fifth, I would, that's no, I'm not going to do it. So what ended up needing to change is then I needed to figure out some of these things that we talked about earlier about why
The
am I
what?
looking to do this? I didn't have a good
Mhm.
answer when I opened the second office. I don't know. I was like, well, I don't know. We got one office that's humming. We'll open this other one, and it'll be humming too. And again, it was not that way.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure out it was only when I understood um, how important I got kind of a bit of an epiphany on there's something that needs to be done, and I'm in a position to do it, and I need to see that through. That's what happened to me. It wasn't about I'm going to open whatever 20 offices or
But
whatever. It's like, and I'm still on that mission right now. It's like, so we have 40, great. I mean, like, good for us. I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? Meaning that what what only matters still is the thing that still drives me is most people in this country don't have access to these simple things we talked about. That's why I'm here. That's why I get up.
you found your uniqueness as
Yes,
well.
correct. And
Jay,
yeah,
okay, I have two clinical questions before we get to the final countdown. Is
yes.
that okay? So the first is for like nasal collapse.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, is there still no surgical solution? Are like mutes and breathe right strips and intake and that sort of thing still like something you utilize?
There are surgical solutions, and to make it long story short is what you've got going on, which is that collapse, almost that is an issue with the sidewall of your nose. That is an aspect of it, but I would say almost assuredly there is narrowness that's happening on the inside of the nose. Our typical approach for your situation is the low hanging fruit is let's get the inside of the nose appropriately open, and that might either re- eliminate or minimize the impact of that collapse. Most of the time, it does. And so, in that case, we can get the inside of the nose open, leave that valve area alone. If that's still an issue, so if we get the inside open, it's like, hey, I'm feeling better, but that's still bothering me. Some of those sort of over the counter solutions are fine. There are things that could be done. There's a specific procedure that helps to stiffen the sidewall of the nose. Is actually very well tolerated, very, very simple, using radiofrequency to basically remodel the cartilage on the inside of the nose so that it's more stiff. And then there's
Depends.
another procedure where we put a little dissolvable implant in up under the surface. It's basically almost like a internal
Like in a tent?
like an attempt.
Like
It's
a
almost
little
like it's like a little it's like
hole?
it's a little rod, but it's up under it's under the surface. That can work well. We my approach is always like I like low hanging fruit. I don't like mid or high. The valve is which is what you're describing. My personal belief is do not do anything surgical on that until you've harvested the low hanging fruit. And then when we approach it like that, when we harvest the low hanging fruit, meaning get the internal issues treated, we rarely need to address that valve area. And when we do need to
I mean,
address that valve area, we've got very simple ways to do it.
Sleep matters.